Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday evening, something absolutely massive happened all the way on over in the great state of Arizona that right now not only has the Democrats absolutely panicking, but also it has their good friends, the rhinos, absolutely panicking. The Republicans, in name only, they are not happy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and break it all down. Take a look at this. Late last night, every single one of President Trump's endorsed candidates made their way. They dominated their way through various Arizona state primaries. Trump endorsed, he gave his personal endorsement to 7 individual MAGA America First candidates. All 7 of them won in the state of Arizona. A clean sweep, 100% victory rate. Take a look at this. Trump chimes in. He says, MAGA candidates won everything. Last night in Arizona, a complete sweep. He says, I won Arizona 18 months ago. The Democrats are dumbfounded. He says, good one. He says, after decades, Arizona is becoming a Republican state. Congratulations to all, President Donald J. Trump. Now, folks, there are some very massive implications of this entire situation. Bear with me or we're going to break it down. There is a reason why this is such a big deal. There is a reason why the Democrats and the rhinos are absolutely panicking right now. Give me a moment here to explain why. Take a listen to this report first.
Smith power holding strong in the key swing state of Arizona and scoring multiple primary wins last night.
Madeline Rivera is live in Washington with the results. Maddie, what happened?
Yeah, first in a gubernatorial race, guys, Republican Congressman Andy Biggs' win sets up what could be one of the most competitive races for governor this November. He is set to face Democratic Governor Katie Hobbs, who's running for another term. Republicans feel bullish about their chances of picking up this seat in a state that President Trump won in 2024. It is toss-up territory, though, as voters had picked a Democratic governor 2 years before that. As a hardline conservative, Biggs was asked about his ability to work with folks across the aisle. Here's what he said.
I am a conservative. I'm a principled conservative, but I work with people that don't necessarily agree with me on every issue, because you're not going to find someone who agrees with you on every issue. In other words, you can work across the aisle, and that's what I've always done, is try to find points of agreement.
I'll say real quick, ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you a little bit of a hint. These gubernatorial elections, they are an absolutely massive deal, because who specifically gets to decide whether or not some given state is a sanctuary state? It's the governor. The governor pretty much has authority to decide we're a sanctuary state or we are not. You might take the hint here.
Another Trump-backed candidate, former NFL kicker Jay Feely, won the GOP nomination for the state's first congressional district. This is a closely watched race that could help determine control of the House. Feely's Democratic opponent is unclear, as that contest has not yet been called. Dems are also hoping to flip a seat in the 6th congressional district. Incumbent Republican Congressman Juan Ciscomati will be going head-to-head with Democrat Joanna Mendoza, who ran unopposed. She's come under scrutiny after reports that she followed several OnlyFans models and self-described witches on her official campaign Instagram account.
On her official campaign Instagram account, she was following various witches and OnlyFans models. I don't know exactly what you call them. A little bit curious. So first off, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, as we said a moment ago, 7 out of 7 of President Trump's personally endorsed candidates, they steamrolled. They made their way through. Well, guess what? On that note, we got a very curious reminder, really a confirmation, coming out of CNN this morning. You say, CNN, wait a minute, I don't want to hear that. Folks, listen to this. Trump's polling, Trump's approval rating right now is so good, really the best ever, that even CNN is being forced to report on this morning. Take a listen here.
Trump is still very popular with Republicans. Just take a look here. Okay, 21st century own party approval rating, about at this point in the second term. We got Trump, we got Obama, we got Bush. Look, they're all fairly popular, but the one who is the most popular, and we have seen this time in and time out, no matter when you look, is Donald John Trump. He's the only one who's over 80%. 83% of Republicans still approve of the job that Donald Trump is doing as president. He still has that magic touch. We'll see if it carries over to South Carolina, but we've seen it in primaries this year, Senate primaries, and that's because he is still a very popular man, historically popular when it comes to his own party liking and approving of the job that he's doing.
Folks, you know I love to say it. Well. We have been hearing for months, really for 16 months, the second President Trump stepped into the Oval Office back in January of 2025. We have been hearing from subversives. These are people, they hate President Trump. We've been hearing, what have we been hearing? We've been hearing that Trump has been abandoned by his base, that Trump has broken every single one of his promises, that Trump is a failure, that Trump is a loser, that Trump is bleeding support, that nobody even supports Trump anymore. Have you heard some people say that type of stuff? I've seen them. A lot of these right-wing podcasters out here, they're saying that these days. Well, as it would turn out, actually, snap back to reality. President Trump has the highest approval rating at this point in his second term than any president in this entire century, higher than Bush, higher than Obama. You know, the Democrats love him, Barack Hussein Obama. Well. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk specifically about Arizona and why it is such a big deal that President Trump's personally endorsed gubernatorial candidate might just end up flipping this state red. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to a map. This is on the official ice.gov website. You go check it out yourself. This map, it tracks official police agency 287G ICE partnership agreements. For those of you that don't know what that is, what is a 287G partnership agreement? This is an agreement where a police agency, a police force, they work out a deal. They have to do some paperwork. They work out a deal with ICE. And what this effectively does is this allows local and state police agencies, forces, to sort of become immigration enforcement of their own. So it's sort of like they get deputized by ICE to arrest, detain, and help deport illegal aliens. So this is a really big deal. If you want to see mass deportations, you want to see as many 287G police ICE partnership agreements as you possibly can all across the country. We love the 287G partnership program, and this agreement program has really been the backbone of President Trump's mass deportation operation since getting back into the White House. Now, you can see every little dot here. This is one of these police partnership agreements. Okay, what do you notice? You notice that in just about every single blue state, sanctuary state as they're called, you don't really have any of these 287G police ICE partnership agreements. Well, that's because they're sanctuary states. Of course, they want to protect their dearly beloved illegal aliens. We want to deport them. The Democrats, they love them. Now, in the great state of Arizona right here, you do have a couple. You've got a handful. I don't know, maybe 8, 9, 10 of these 287G police partnership agreements. Okay. Hobbs, Democrat Hobbs, has been the governor of Arizona for maybe 2.5 years now. 3 years, just about. But here's the deal. You can bet your sweet behind if we get rid of her and we put in a Trump-endorsed governor, you're going to make Arizona look like Texas. Look at Florida. Can you see that? You're going to have Arizona looking like Florida. If you want to see mass deportations, we need red Republican Trump endorsed MAGA America First governors, because we need to build out these 287G agreements if we want to have the mass deportations. That is what is on the line. So, hey, if you're living in Arizona, if you're a great Arizonan, I think you know which way you need to vote. Ladies and gentlemen, piggybacking on this, I wanted to squeeze in a little bit of a legal victory that we had here this morning. I wanted to share this with you. Check this out. Massive victory this morning for America's sovereignty. The Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals has just slammed the door shut for leftist activist judges across the country. How? Listen to this, folks. Illegal aliens, as of this morning, do not have a constitutional right to be released into our neighborhoods back onto the streets while they are waiting for deportation. This is a game changer for ICE and border enforcement. No more activist courts tying our hands and endangering American communities. We have a statement here from Associate Attorney General. His name is Brett Shumate. He says this: the full Fifth Circuit Court has issued an extraordinary precedential order making clear that illegal aliens do not have a constitutional right to roam free in the United States during their removal proceedings. And this, folks, it's almost a little funny. This is one of these announcements we get where it's like, all right, hell yeah, another victory for us, mass deportations, let's go. But then you think to yourself, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute. Are you telling me that illegal alien criminals, illegal alien invaders, illegal alien delinquents, during their deportation legal proceedings, they have just been, up until now, they've been free to just roam the country, wandering through our neighborhoods, perhaps committing crimes or even worse, God knows what they've been doing? That, because of far left legal lawfare, judicial tyranny, that has been the case up until now? Yes. Regrettably, yes, that is the answer. Yes, they have been able to just roam freely across our country while we are attempting to deport them, working through the legal process. As of this morning, not anymore. If you're an illegal alien working through legal proceedings, your ass is sitting inside of a jail cell. You're sitting in a holding department, a holding cell. Okay? Good. All of this is what it is going to take if we truly want to put America first.